Welcome to Day Dose with Dr. Tanya. We're going to talk everything about health, wellness, beauty, and things between. This is your space where we will have real conversation, real results for real people. So let's get started.
Look, I feel like coming into this year, it feels different. Like I really do feel like the things are finally starting to click. People are finally starting to notice. Like you said to me the other day, that after that meeting you had, they said, oh, wow, I've been hearing about the work you've been doing. And I'm hearing really good feedback. And I'm like, how are they even across what we're doing in the skin space? They're in a totally different industry. And yet we're getting that feedback.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The amount of hard work and effort, the genuine struggle that we go through, making sure we shoot a relevant content that, even just as an example, that we think at the time of shooting is going to be helpful, a lot of research that you do, a lot of thinking, thought process that I put in to make it a useful content. That itself takes a lot of time and effort and everything. And at the time you would be like, yeah, we're doing it. Like, are we doing the right thing? We have this doubt. Yeah. Is it right? Is it enough?
Is it the right message?
More? The direction?
Who are we talking to? Everything is questioned.
But then finally, when you hear from others, oh, I've seen some amazing work you do online. Oh, actually, that's when it actually makes sense that, okay, actually,
people are watching. Yeah. We are getting somewhere.
You're getting the views, and we're like, oh, okay, is this enough? Should we review? Should we rebrand or whatever it is? Yeah, so that field, I was really happy with that. Okay, you're definitely, people are watching and we are relevant because it's a cluttered industry, cluttered market. And at the same time, we want to be genuine and true to ourselves and not feed people with any wrong information just because it's trending. And I want to, like, you know me, I want to stick to what I firmly believe, my values. And for any purpose, nothing can actually be strong enough to change my point of view or change my the approach and my opinions on what I stand on. So I'm really happy that it's working that way.
Yes.
Although 2025 starting, you have this whole holiday season, kids at home and a lot of traveling and visiting and visitors. And now they're back to school. Now we are
I feel like the planning, both being mums of school-age children, I feel like everyone gets back that first week of Jan and they're like, okay, cool, let's go, big picture stuff. And I'm like, whoa, I'm still not there. My head is not in the game yet.
Yes.
I've got children. I feel like once school goes back, that's when I go, right, let's go. I'm passionate now. I am so excited. I'm like, let's plan 2026. Are we a month late? Yes. But I feel like it wouldn't be true Tanya style if we didn't.
The fact is, or the bottom line is, when you start, that's the right time.
Perfect. Okay. So we'll just have a...
That's it. But you got to start. That's more important.
Yeah.
And, when you're not completely mentally aligned with what you're doing and feel very passionately about what you do, it's not going to work anyway. You'll be just doing it. I mean, it's still better than doing nothing.
But you'll just be moving through the steps. You're not going, okay, cool. What do we want for 2026?
Yeah. Now I just feel that maybe energy shifted. We got the routine. We got the kids in school.
They're settled.
They're settled. Time. They're not going to ask, Mommy, I want this. I want water. I'm hungry. Can we go out? Can you fix this?
And they always come to you. I think we had a couple of meetings over the break and you could see my children come to me when we're on the call and they're like, can I eat this? Can I wave can I eat the chocolate now? Now that you don't have time to say no, I'm going to eat the chocolate. And it's like,
That's right. I actually wanted to take a video of when your little one was placing all the
Hot
Wheels on top of your scalp as we were having the business strategy meeting.
Yeah.
It was funny. And I was like, when I was looking at that, I was like, this is what I want to do, build, it's a company. It doesn't need to have this corporate style women-led business like what we have now. It's a small business, women-led business. You don't need to be hard. You don't need to lose that grace and that femininity just because we want to be a powerful brand. So all those sort of things, for me, it's been a realization that you don't need to be not feminine. You don't need to be hard. You don't need to be like strong to actually be successful. You need to be true to yourself, stick to your values. You can be still graceful.
You can still be a mother as well.
Yeah, and yet build a strong business. When you do work, you work hard. Things happen around you. Kids always got issues and needs. But I think as mothers, and we're ambitious and we're passionate about what we do, we find a way around it. And that's why I truly believe in females and their powers, and especially mothers, because they're resilient. They know how to navigate through the stress.
And we have patience through the roof. We know how to handle it.
We certainly do.
Talking about patience and juggling things, what's one thing that we would probably do different? Looking back at 2025, I feel like we had a lot of balls handed to us that we weren't expecting. We had a lot of last-minute shifts and changes. What do you think is one thing that we should have done differently in 2025?
One thing that we could have done differently. It's very hard for me to say the certain things I thought that delegation was a big thing. Beginning of last year, I should have delegated a lot of things to the right people who are experts in the industry. That I think now we have become sharper. So we don't need to worry and stress about certain things. They're industry expert. They know what they're doing. That saves time. It's about so much of like, either you have to check or I have to check. So much of time wasted, energy wasted, drained because of those mistakes. So that delegation aspect.
I think we've definitely nailed that. I think taking from you as the leader in the business, when you're like, nope, we don't know, we're going to outsource this, or we're going to double check. I think it's also given me the freedom to go, that's not in my scope. I've got no idea. Let's check in with an expert. I think sometimes the ability to say, I don't know.
Exactly.
I think that makes a big difference in a company, and I feel like that's where you actually grow.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's been a changing point as well from last year. I feel like I'm very comfortable now to say to you, look, I don't know. I'm going to do my best, or I'm going to research, and then you'll go, actually, let's speak to this person, or let's make connections with this person, and let's be guided. I think sometimes I'm very type A, and I get hung up on, I need to know everything, and I need to be, 100% of the way.
You have to get everything right.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, a little bit of OCD.
We'll figure it out. We'll ask people. We'll ask for help. We know our limitations.
Yeah.
We know we are not great at.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we won't do certain things. But
or that we won't be successful, or that we aren't experts at what we do know. I think that's the difference. So I definitely think that's something we're probably leaving behind in 2025.
Yes, that's it.
Is like our pride in that we must know everything and do everything ourselves. I think we're moving into this next chapter of, you know what? We'll work it out. We'll lean on the people in the industries. We're building more of a team around us.
Yes.
And I feel like that's where we're going to see so much growth this year.
That's right.
There's so much going on.
Being smarter and wiser makes a big difference. That helps us with managing our time effectively. So, identifying what I'm good at, identifying what your strengths are, and where we both are lacking in, like whatever it is, then bringing people where they can support the growth because we are anticipating so much of growth, which is already happening,
Yeah.
which is exciting. That's part of excitement is happening, but we are not then drained.
Yeah, in the day-to-day. So I guess looking back at 2025 and all the things we learned and like, you know, we're the new and improved version now and I love it. What do you think are the big ticket goals or what should we be looking at for 2026?
I mean, the first basic thing is, you know, looking back, reflecting on what 2025 was like for us. At the beginning of the year, there's been a lot of up and downs, uncertainties, and we learned a lot by going to different countries, being at the expos, at the trade show, talking to the dermatologists, talking to people, influencers. So we gained a lot of knowledge and wearing that as a strength, you know, with all the challenges that we've had. One thing is very sure. We identify what our strengths and our weaknesses are. So like me as a founder, the doctor, you know,
Everything.
CEO,
She does
whatever it
everything.
is for the
Accounts, no matter
brand,
what, she steps in.
Yeah, so I need to have clarity on what my strength is and how I can sharpen that even more to get the better outcome. And similarly for you, you're the brand expert, you're the brand manager, you're great when it comes to like how you know you can decode what's in my brain.
Translating Tanya's vision. That's my
right.
day-to-day job.
It's amazing. So, you know, like we do what we are doing at our best and then bring in people who are industry expert. That is what we have learned like over the years. And of course, in 2025 as well, we try to do a lot of things that we are not experts in.
No.
And that ends up leading to more time delays and then correction and fixing the mistakes that we did. And, you know, like, you know, and now it's kind of like a reflective learning process we're going through. So that's a major thing. We have now got industry experts who's going to help us with specific things like when it comes to paperwork, the logistics, when it comes to like regulation, and then the right distributors that will help us grow because we can't do it all alone. We need people who can help us to take the brands.
Brands, let's just take a moment there. Like talk about 2026.
Yep.
I'm super excited. I mean, overwhelmed, I'm not going to lie, but super excited that we're now going to be launching 3 brands.
Yes, it's all happened. It's kind of like
very
a dream.
quick.
Very quick. And it's a dream.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, it wasn't something like to start of 2025. We have been planning towards having all the 3 brands and nothing in my life is planned. Okay, that's a fact. But
yeah.
but the best things comes out of you know, when we evolve. You know, I think
when you're agile.
Agile, that's the word.
Yep,
that's
it.
Being agile, you know,
yeah,
we've
we're
adapted,
pivoting.
we understood like what the market wants. And I want to be the brand. I want to be the cool mom. I want to be the cool aunt. I want to be there doing things with the Gen Zs because they are our future. I want to be with them doing like getting into their world. So the brand that's coming is going to be like so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you my kids are excited.
Yeah, like mine too. Like every time, we won't say much more about it. Every time I'm
Checks in on that one?
Yeah. They'll
What's
be like,
happening with that? Can I see the designs?
The designs. What's your logo like now? Have you changed your tagline?
I've got another critic, have I?
Yeah, that's right. They just enjoy it. And that gives me more energy and for you as well. And I loved it when your son came and said, oh,
I want this one. And I can't wait till mummy buys this one for me. I'm like, whoa. Like,
that is so
hang on.
cute.
I think that's the main thing that's probably changed for us this year is last year you were on the ground. Like you traveled back to back and you were on the ground in almost every single country. I feel like not just, you know, in that region, you were here, there and everywhere. Yeah. And I feel like that's one thing that potentially we have an advantage over these other businesses is that you are not planned. It is like, hey, I'm going to pop over to Bahrain. I've heard about this. I'm going to go here. And while you're there, you're getting real feedback. You're talking to customers. You're talking to buyers, to stores.
Yeah.
You're going and experiencing it for yourself.
That's right.
And you're hearing what the market wants. And it is, you come back from each trip and like, we're going to do this. And I go, okay. I've got to hold on to my hat when Tanya flies back because I know that she's got all these new ideas and we're about to go.
I know. I love the fact that you say, oh, I'm going to make myself free the week you're coming.
Because I know that it's always going to be a big one.
Yes, of course. But certainly it's been fun.
Oh, absolutely. And I really feel like this year, particularly, the first half of this year, as everything comes out, I'm excited.
Yeah. And one of the other things that I understood that, my belief system about the affordability, what we think as luxury, skincare, all those sort of things that when you read, articles and marketing materials, it's irrelevant.
Yeah. My stuff is irrelevant.
Like what I mean is like, what people actually tell, like
what the customer,
what the global market is. It's what's happening in the market right now, I feel, is more people have specific problems, and it's not about whether they will only stick to the luxury brand or if they have a problem, they will actually invest their money to get the problem solved.
Yeah.
That is more that is more relevant. And then that took me back into my medical training. Like, yeah, of course, if you have a problem, patients are willing to get the problem fixed. And it is not about money. But of course, affordability also comes to play. And I don't want to see people thinking that, oh, I want this, but I can't afford to buy it. It really changed me how I look at beauty. And I was kind of wondering, like, why would beauty be a luxury? It should be, the presentability should be a right to everyone. That affects especially a woman's confidence, or it affects everyone's confidence to look good. And, you're presentable and you go somewhere. The confidence is the energy. The energy leads before you walk into the room. So that's so important. So that's why, like, the other range that we're going to bring, I'm really looking forward to it as well, because I think that's going to sit in really well.
Yeah. It's exactly what the market needs at the moment, I think. I mean, the other thing in bringing out new brands, we've also got an exciting chance to kind of reinvigorate and elevate our current range. So talk us through what was kind of the turning point for kind of reimagining Dr. Tanya skincare as it currently is.
Okay. What I understood, I'm a doctor, I'm a skin expert. I know skin more than most of the other general people do.
Yeah.
Because I'm an expert in it. And I've earned it after studying for many, many, many years. So I don't need to be subtle. Okay. So what I understood is that people needs actual solution. And our brand needs to be like specifying that this is the problem that we are going to solve, because they don't know, they're confused, they don't know which way to go, which products are going to be safe and which products are not going to be good for them. And aging is a problem, although I don't see it as a problem, like, of my personal belief. I think aging just gives you more clarity, and you set your boundaries, your confidence increases. That's how I see aging. But in appearance, we change, everyone changes, and that's inevitable. So that confidence also, is associated with your appearance. The change in appearance, I want to help them. I want to help them to look at their best despite whatever happens in their system, in their life, their body. So I want to be there as well. And I want to give Dr. Tanya skincare that identity, the be the authority voice, the clear guide for people with specific problem. If it's aging skin, let's call it. We are there to help the aging skin. Aging skin has pigment problem. Aging skin has texture problem. Aging skin has the lack of tone. All of those things associated with the normal process of aging. So it's not a life sentence. I want to be there, hold their hands like, this is not a life sentence. Let's do this together.
Yeah.
So that is the clarity that I want to give for Dr. Tanya Skincare.
I think it's a level of, like, when you came to me and was like, look, I've got this new vision and I want to clear this up because I'm seeing you were going into stores where we were stocked and customers were like, oh, I've got this type of skin. Can I still use this product? And I was like, we need to be able to solve that. I feel like in today's society, the amount of choices that we have to make on a day-to-day basis is overwhelming. The last thing you want to do is add more complications.
Yes.
And I feel like the new strategy is we want to cut the BS, the like, oh, it's got this ingredient and it's got these amazing qualities. And it's like, but what does it do?
What does it do?
What does it do? Is it for pigmentation or is it for acne? Which one should I be using? Can I use both together? I think you need someone to almost guide you through what to use and things like that.
It has to be credible. So that's where I worry as a doctor. I can't help saying this. I've seen like things pop up on my Instagram. I'm like, oh my God, like you can't be saying these things or you can't be actually selling something that doesn't work for every skin. So I'm just concerned about the influencer marketing, not the influencer, it's not their fault, but it's actually they've been told by the brands to
sell these products
in such a way.
Yeah.
So that's worrying. And that's where that I want to wear that authority hat because I feel I know a thing or two. I believe I know a thing or two. Doing this training and experiencing such question on a regular basis and hearing it from people, their real concern. So I want to give them clarity on what they're buying and what is it going to be doing to your skin and whether it could be like, no, this is not for you. And that's fine because it's not always about making money. It is about the purpose. I mean, that's the next thing, the second thing that I want to be emphasizing on. I want to build a purpose-led business. And that's the goal, to have that clarity. What is our purpose? So communicate that with people that I'm doing for such and such reason. This is my purpose. So being more clear. So
absolutely. I think that's the way to go. I feel like sometimes when you're trying to talk to everyone, you're talking to no one. And that's majority of the brands out there these days. Like I'm even doing all the branding research going, okay, who is Drunk Elephant talking to? I can't quite work out. Who is, Dermalogica talking to? Oh, they're trying to tap into this one and this one. I think going forward, I'm like, oh, someone comes to me, they go, what new brands are you bringing out? I'm like, this is for them. This is for them and this is for them and it's going to be big. I think.
Like we were talking about the teenage skin and the choices that teenagers make, watching all those videos and stuff. Although we have banned Instagram or like social media under 16, but they still have access through their parents' ID or whatever way. It is not it's impossible to completely stop them from using social media. So they are going to be influenced
they're going to see things.
All the brands and stuff. So we being moms, it's the we need to be informed of the go-to brands for our children that is safe for their skin, because they don't need 2, 3, 4 routine. They just need simple things. So
some of these teenagers have more products than what I use. And I'm like, oh, and look, they're definitely better at doing their makeup work than I was at that age. I can tell you what, they are educated. But I think, guiding them in the right direction is key. And
it's fine. They're exploring, looking after themselves and, trying different products. It's just that feminine urge as a young girl. I used to wear my mom's clothes when I was young.
We
and,
all...
drape the sari. Yeah, we all do that. We want to be grown up very fast. Now I want to be a child. That's another thing. But we all want to do that. So what we do, we copy a mother's skin routine. So we copy what they're using. So, by communicating with the millennials and, the moms of teenagers, we are then able to set good examples that the kids are going to learn from. And then, positively encourage skin minimalism when they're young.
Start those good basics 101.
Yes.
I think something that obviously comes top of mind for me with this year planning to be such a big one, and probably with more and more travel for you, how is it that we separate personal goals from business goals?
You want me to tell the truth, the fact?
Yeah. You're probably the busiest person I know. So is it separated or
no,
it's not.
Look, the fact is, I don't want to be sounding that I want to say, glamorize burnout and glamorize overwork.
The hustle.
Yeah. It's not about that. But honestly speaking, if you have your own brand and you're an entrepreneur, and if you are, you want to be successful, you have hungry, not for the money. I mean, I can tell you now, it's not for the money. You just want to do things. You're so passionate about it. You want to do it. How can that be separate from your personal goals? How can that be just a business goal and then your personal goal separate? I can't separate it. I can't separate it because wherever I go, like we went to Egypt and we went to Istanbul and with family, with Greece. My husband and I, no matter what, we would be like, oh, actually, look at that ingredient. We're still like talking about something. I'd be like, oh, look at this color. This is so cool. How about we have something, like this for a gift hamper? So
there's no separation. She's
separate.
On the go.
And to be honest, like what's even funny is that my kids actually, we saw a store. It was beautiful, very beautiful. I forgot the name of the store. It was like, all the fun things that we want to bring, like the theme. And it had a beautiful, like, a seat there. Okay. It's like a donut shape seat. It was so cool. So my kids went there and like, mommy, take a picture. I was like, why? Okay. I took a picture. You need something like this for your home.
So the kids are in on it too.
Yeah. So now it's become like a family thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a conversation that we have even when we are traveling. So moral of the story is that it's hard when you're so passionate about something to separate it out from your personal life to your business life. What I would say is when you have to set intentionally, you got to plan your day in such a way that you're not overwhelmed. So intentionally, I have my breaks, whether it's, I do dancing videos or like crazy things. And sometimes I'm so embarrassed that I don't put it out there because I'm like, no, I don't know whether this will go well. But I do it not for anybody and not for any purpose, like whether it's like, in the mirror or whatever. I just do it. It's like my
outlet.
Cut off from, everything else. Like it's my whatever. It's that inner child wanting to dance to whatever the reels that's happening. So, or it could be like going for a head massage or, whatever. So that is like intentionally I'm cutting off from all
the
the
business
thoughts
world
that goes in. Because you need that set time out of it, because then your mind is all clear. You wiped out all the stress and the challenges because that's inevitable, and then you're resetting to get back into the thoughts, and then you suddenly think, I never thought of this angle before. You suddenly get the clarity, like what we were talking in the morning.
Yeah,
You suddenly think, okay, That's the clarity that we wanted.
It takes just a moment. I think I get what you're saying, because sometimes with the new brands we're bringing out, I've been doing a lot of background work, talking about our marketing avatars, our story, our purpose, and I'm like trying to pull the pieces together. And the more time I sit in it, the more I go in circles.
Yes.
So sometimes even, we caught up this morning and we had a quick meeting and I was like, look, this is where I'm at. Is this the vision? And you were like, no. And I was like, oh, I've been working so hard. And like sometimes when you're so in it, you forget that moment to come back up and to come from that bird's eye. And I feel like that's where I come to you for that clarity. And what we were talking about this morning, I was like, oh my goodness, now I see it. Now I have the understanding of the direction we're heading. Yeah. But I think it is about, there is no separation between your personal goals and your business goals when you are passionate about something. That's right. I mean, you've got those people that are like, nope, I go to work at 9, I leave at 5, I leave it at work.
I'm jealous.
But if you've got the passion, you want to do those things when you're sparked or when you've got that drive, you'll jump on and you'll do things when it comes to you.
That's right.
But I think remembering to take that time out as well helps give you the clarity.
Yeah, it's like intentional
taking a big sigh and being like, oh,
exactly.
Now I see.
You intentionally set that time. Yeah. You intentionally plan it so that you are out of it and sometimes have some completely different random things that you would never do. Like jokingly, my husband says, oh, by the way, there's a new course that started to climb a tree. Do you want to start?
I'd like to see you take that course, Tanya.
Well, you would be surprised. Like, a fraction of a second, I was like,
yeah. She's a yes woman. She'll say yes. She'll say yes.
Yeah. I mean, not because I want to climb a tree. I'm just curious about everything.
And like
I want to learn everything.
How the brain thinks about doing that versus, building a skincare brand. And I guarantee there'd be something
completely different. It's completely different.
But there would be something that you come back to me like they said, when you're looking at the tree, you need to evaluate which branches. And you'll be like, that's what we're doing with the brand. I'm like, okay.
Honestly, it gives you a completely different perspective on how, and you're meeting new people. And I love that, you're meeting new people, you're getting new perspectives.
Yep.
Yeah. And you're actually, while you're doing things, the clarity of suddenly whatever you've been stuck, it shifts. And honestly, I'm not saying that you got to learn to climb a tree to change the perspective of life.
Yeah.
But what I mean is do something that is not your normal.
Shake it up.
Yeah.
So I always do this with my girlfriends as well, but we set, instead of like a list of goals, we set a 1-word intention for the year. Mm-hmm. Could be anything, but you just, every decision you make throughout that year, you bring it back to that word. Is this? Is saying yes to this going to take me back to my word, my intention for the year? What is Dr. Tanya's word for 2026?
Why am I doing what I'm doing? So I need to know why I'm doing it.
So why?
Yeah, it's the why.
Why?
Okay.
Everything
is
the why.
If it's a new brand, I need to know, why am I bringing the new brand? Who is it for? Why?
Yeah.
What's the purpose?
So I'm going to be asked a lot of why. Why that? Why this color? Why that color?
That's right. Why?
But it is. I love that.
Yeah. And if you're able to answer that why, that's cool.
You don't need anything else.
No. And I've been telling that to my kids as well this year. As long as you have a reason, answer to the why you're doing whatever you're doing, that's fine.
No, that's my kid's favorite question. Why this, Mum? Why do I have to go to school? Why do I have to eat my lunch? They're experts at the why. So if you need a cheer squad, Tanya, I've got you.
That's up for discussion.